what I'm saying?
Don't worry, I'll be sure to edit this.
That number 4, we back.
We back, baby.
They don't want us to record.
They didn't want us to record.
We had technical difficulties, but you know.
After a lot of technical difficulties.
We resolved it.
Yeah, we did collectively.
As a unit.
As a unit.
Yes,
right,
sir.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, he helped too.
What Dami do?
Huh?
Go click the motherfucker, bro.
That number 4, we back. My fault, I said that.
We back for the we back. Take 16.
Bro.
That little 4 podcast. Endo, do you, man? Like,
Nah, you do it better.
Nice, bro. Lead us into the intro.
That number 4, we back.
Yeah.
That nigga slapped his hand so hard, bro.
Listen, that little 4 the podcast. We back, season 4, episode 7, against the CDC guidelines, not timelines, yeah. And I'm here, 2 amigos with me. To the left of me, I got.
Hi guys, it's Hendo.
Flacco last week. To the right of me, I got.
As good as Dom.
Yeah, we just gonna get right into the shit because we fucked up so many times. I ain't gonna hold y'all niggas. So that being said,
So we're not making fun of Dami because he's 25 now? We're skipping that?
Tommy's 25. Yeah, that did happen. Round of applause for Tommy. Tommy's 25.
Insert clap.
Insert clap. Yep.
What
Shout out to Endo. Posted some pictures on the IG yesterday.
Fuck with it, right?
Fuck with it,
right? Yes, sir.
A lot of people didn't take kindly to it.
I got something for you.
A lot of people, Dami, didn't take kindly to the pictures that were posted, but I am happy. He's been on the earth for a quarter century, according to him, and he's still here, and he keep on going, so I am very proud of that. I'm happy to see that, and God bless. I hope we see many more.
Amen.
My brother.
Much appreciated.
Anything you want to say to the people that have supported you? Let's get right to the shits. Give the flowers where they can still smell them, because 2020 has taught me one thing. People are not here forever. So who do you want to give kind of special shout outs to that helped you ring in the 25th birthday?
Besides us.
Besides us, yes.
My lovely mother, first and foremost, obviously.
Mama Dom, we love you out there.
Insert clapping sounds for mother.
My older sister, well, my younger sister, she's like 3 feet tall, YB Beauty, the makeup lady. You know, I'm glad I could be an inspiration in your life. I'm glad, you know, I could set the, you know, the trail for you to follow.
Set the standards.
As your inspiration and your brother. Abby, you know, my brother Abby pulled up against CDC guidelines, and
oh, he was with you yesterday.
Yeah, Abby pulled up. Abby and Leroy.
6 guys, shout out.
Yeah, and my special.
And Leroy.
Yeah, I just said Leroy. You're drunk.
I just want to shout out Leroy. We 6 guys shout out. I got a Leroy shout out too.
Yeah, and then my special somebody. You know, thank you for the gift.
Which?
Misunderstood doesn't need to be explained.
I'm just playing.
My beautiful special somebody that you know
Yes,
made
sir.
my birthday real special.
Yes, sir.
I don't get surprised easily, but she surprised me.
She did spend racks on us, man.
And she got me books. Like, she knows I love reading. She got me like 2 great books. So
Let me ask you something. As somebody who reads, right? So, like, I read as well. And one of the things for me that I've been...
nigga said I don't.
Nigga, one of the things I've been struggling with is kind of finding that balance between ebooks and hardcover books. Now, I know you read hardcover books. Can I ask you why?
If I was a reader.
It feels so much better, bro. Like, if I'm reading, I don't know, for me, if I feel myself moving a mouse to go to the next page, I'm just like...
Moving a mouse, nigga? We moved on an iPad or something.
Nah, I like use... I have yo, you talking about... See,
yeah.
If I was to do e-read, it'd be on my phone or my laptop. It's just holding a book and turning the page and just having a bookmark. I'm old school like that. I love that. So...
Is there something about it that kind of make you feel like... Because, I know for me, when I used to read, like, hardcover books back then, if I was, like, on a train or a bus or something, I would just feel like, back then, I would just feel like, see, Edo can make that joke, not you anymore. You're done. You're done.
There's still a huge gap.
You're done. You're done, buddy. You're done. But, no, so, like, I used to feel like if you could read hardcover books, there's something about it that just stimulates the mind better than, like, e-books. And it's weird. It's a super weird thing. I don't know what it is. But I've been doing a lot of e-reading.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like, I miss books. Like, I miss the smell of books.
Exactly.
Like
Turning the page. Like, getting a brand new
feeling like I really...
Getting a brand new book. This nigga Endo doesn't even, like, it's like, what's wrong with these niggas? But I love books, bro. I love books.
Hold on. Can I ask this nigga, why don't you read? Which you do read. You just don't know that.
No, I do read. I do read.
And I don't mean read books.
I don't read like y'all though.
I mean like I don't mean read books though. I mean like in general. Like,
oh yeah, of course. Like I read articles. I take the time to read articles. But like a book, it's. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I have tried to get into it, and I still am. But I don't know. It's just taking some time, honestly. Shout out to Dami though, because he gave me a book, which I need to give back to you.
Did you finish?
I'm halfway done with it actually.
What book was that?
It
If you don't mind
was
sharing.
I forget the title, but
Hurricanes. Yeah. Shout out right
That's
there.
a great read actually.
Yeah.
So I got a few books. I mentioned rental properties like one time a while ago, and she got me a book about it, and it got me tight because I'm like the gift giver. Like I like giving people thoughtful gifts, and the gift sheet like I got yesterday, I was just like
that's love.
I was surprised, so I appreciate that.
A keeper for sure.
Kids on the way, album mode.
But yeah, shout out. Definitely, like I said, God bless. 2020 has taught me one thing, is that people are not here forever. I know there's been a lot of losses, especially with this COVID-19 going on. Prayers for all the people that have lost somebody throughout this time. And for the people that are still here, appreciate the time that you are here and the loved ones that you do have around you.
Again, just wanted to emphasize, being a big brother to YB has taught me a lot of things. But patience, most importantly, and just reminding myself, hey, the things you do, there's a youngin out there that's looking to you.
There's a youngin. YB the youngin?
Yeah,
what have I ever done to you?
So,
YB the youngin.
YB the youngin.
Yeah.
So all my actions is just making sure it's setting the precedent for her, to live a fruitful life.
Yeah.
But not in the shadows of her amazing big brother.
Copy. Listen,
so how old are you and how old am I?
25, 50 at heart. You're like 13 at heart, bro.
Listen, much love and appreciation for those out there who have, obviously seen you through your journey, seen all of us individually through our journeys, families and friends. Stay safe out there for sure.
Please.
That said, the media, it's been a slow media past 2 months, right?
I haven't watched First Take or First Things. Like I stopped watching sports TV. Right?
It's all the same arguments now. Like, I don't
He's
know
it was before, but it's legit. They regurgitate
everything.
Tom Brady, Dak Prescott, LeBron, Mike, Kawhi.
Yeah.
That's all it's
That's pretty much.
bro.
That's pretty much
all
it. That's all you're gonna
That's just
get.
mad annoying.
Before we get into that though, do want to say shout out to all the YouTube viewership who are joining us today.
Yeah,
Shout out to all the listenership, Spotify, Apple listenership, SoundCloud listenership. Yeah, we still there. We still rocking. And the Google Play listenership. I don't know why people still do that, but if you
I
do,
didn't know that was a thing.
yes, respect to you. We all on there. You get us at TTWFOUR. That's TTWFOUR.
Not the letter, right?
Not the letter. Nah, not the number 4. And much respect to everybody who followed us. Like I said, I want to give the flowers. I think it's the speller. Shout out to Endo. He has. He has taken the time out, really gained our followership. So yeah, talk to the niggas that followed us a little bit.
Thank you, Kervins. As the Chief Marketing Executive Officer of Denver Reforms.
Who's the CFO?
I'm the CMO.
Who's the CFO?
He's the CFO.
This nigga just made up
I just made up a title.
Dwight Schrute from the assistant to the regional manager.
But as the Chief Marketing Officer of Denver Reform, I took the initiative upon myself to, again, do a little bit more marketing and, expand our audience on the digital platform, more specifically Instagram. One of the big focuses, of Denver Reform was to, try to gain the attention of the female audience because we did notice that a lot of our followers we're of the male species.
The male species? Who is this guy?
So we just had to, cross over that bridge a little bit. Tap into the get it? See what I did there? Females. So thank you all for, if you follow the page back, we appreciate it. We're trying to expand the content a little bit more, so it's not just going to be, our promo vids and stuff, so we're going to post a little bit more, just switch it up a little bit, so just be on the lookout for that. And yeah, thank you, Curtis.
Yeah. The CMO, the self-anointed.
Assistant to the regional.
Yeah, the CMO. Much love to the CMO for that. The CFO, she crowned you.
Right.
The CMO, listen, the Chief Marketing Officer. Executive. He labeled you as the CFO. That's what you are now.
Yeah,
you gotta get the checks and balances in order for us.
I look at our
but much respect to my guys here, and all y'all out there for showing us love and support. We do appreciate it. But kind of going back into insert media. So basketball has been kind of a big thing, if you haven't heard or not. But you mentioned a lot of ball players: Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, Michael Jordan.
I'm gonna punch Skip Bayless in the fucking face, bro.
Bro, Skip is annoying.
Yeah, it's so weird,
He's
bro.
so annoying.
It was fun at first, but now it's like, bro, this is weird.
Yeah. Listen. There's a lot of things I want to dive into. Shout out. One thing I want to say is all the smoke been holding it the fuck down.
2 episodes.
That Draymond interview, if you watch it, it's very telling.
I saw that.
And it's what I've always thought about Kevin Durant. We'll get to that. But The Last Dance has been something that's big. The Jordan documentary, or the Chicago Bulls documentary that focuses on
really a Jordan documentary.
Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls from the '98 season, and they do kind of like flashbacks or everything. But 2 episodes have been released so far, hour each.
Legally.
Legally.
I know people on the dark net that
Yo, no cap. When I saw the link, I started it. I was like 10 seconds in. I was like, nah. I can't do this.
I was gonna wait. Give me something to do on Sunday.
I might end up doing it anyway.
Nah, during this quarantine, I need something.
I
need something to look forward to. So I'm gonna wait. Fuck you, Maverick. But
You always think Clutch did.
I know Clutch is responsible for this bullshit.
Funny.
But wanted to get around one common denominator amongst all of us is that we really love basketball, like really got an innate love for it, and wanted to kind of just go around the room, kind of get pretty much everyone's feelings on the first 2 episodes and kind of dive into what shocked you. So I'll start with Endo, and then myself, and then we go to Dami.
Thank you, Chris. Nah, for real though, I love it. Again, it gives you something to look forward to on Sunday night. And for a hooper and just a pure basketball fan like myself, it's really good to see really just to get insight on how that season went, because we always you see the highlights, talk about it.
Yeah.
We know about the championships, but we don't know what happened behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really cool just to get that point of view from pretty much everyone in the organization, who was part of that organization at the time, minus fucking Jerry.
We'll get into that soon for a little bit.
But yeah, no, it's dope, bro. It's dope. I'm really excited for this next episode, the Rodman episode. I think that that's just gonna be you're just gonna see some crazy things, because you just never know from Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, for sure.
You really never know.
For sure.
I'm excited. But the past 2 episodes have been dope though. Shit had me tight. I was tight with Scottie Pippen, because I didn't even know about that until I watched.
Did that shock you?
It did actually. I really had no idea that. Again, all that drama was a part of the organization at that time.
Yeah.
In their last season. Mm-hmm. So it's to think about. Just from the first 2 episodes, everything that we've seen, all the drama, the fact that they still went out there and they still won a championship that year is just mind-boggling to me. Because I don't know if there's any team today that could go through all that bullshit
and win
and still win.
Well, I know for a fact, I don't think that Well, I won't say I know for a fact, but I'll say.
And that's just from the first 2 episodes.
I don't think anybody.
Yeah.
We saw the Warriors last year.
Right.
Given all the dysfunction that was going on, and they could not win. So, for me, one of the things I thought it's great. I think it gives an opportunity, like you said, Endo, for the younger generation to really connect with, the past generation. Like a lot of '90s players, a lot of '80s players, when they talk about their basketball era, people just kind of brush them off like,
Who's your favorite '80s player?
Favorite '80s player is Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, like I love Isaiah Thomas. IT, the original IT. If you don't know, like if you ever had aspirations of, playing point guard out there or anything like that, like go watch IT tapes. I'm telling you, like amazing. Like he could play in any era and dominate the same way he did. Like I love Isaiah Thomas. What you were saying? You feel like?
I feel like, and I don't really I've never went on YouTube and Googled Isaiah Thomas highlights, but I just feel like some sort of disdain towards him, bro. And it might be just because I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan.
Yeah. And
I know the drama between them.
Well, I'm a huge Jordan fan too.
Right, I know, but I don't know. Like for me, it's like I never really gravitated to, I understand he was top 50 players of all time, but
listen, go watch I believe it's the '89 finals. They won back to back. No, the '88 finals. The '88 finals against the Lakers. Go watch that on a sprained ankle, busting ass at 6'1" in that generation where the physicality was crazy.
Yeah.
So definitely IT's my favorite '80s player. I will say though, watching this documentary, like I said, one of the things I love is that it helps people connect with the older generation, with the older generation today. And the other thing too is, I'm 29, so being my age, looking back on it, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to me seeing there's a lot that I didn't even know. Like I did not know, similar to you, Scottie Pippen was seeing $2 million.
That's wild.
And he's the second best player by far.
It's not even the best team.
It's not even he's the second best player by far on the best team, and he's getting paid $2 million a year.
What was it, 122nd highest paid that season?
And you see, what was it?
122.
Yeah, and you see Jordan getting $33 million, and Jordan telling him Scottie was selfish.
Yeah.
Which I didn't agree with.
I didn't agree with it, but then again, Jordan was underpaid for a long time too, though.
Nigga, $33 million.
I understand. Listen.
That time.
Listen to what I'm saying. Jordan was underpaid, so I feel like from Jordan's perspective, it was like, nigga, I went through that too, so
it's easy to say that when you get paid $33 million.
That's what I'm saying. Though.
I like Jordan just.
That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing both sides of what I'm saying. I didn't say he was right for saying that, but I'm saying he's in his mind, he's like, I went through that too. Your time will come. Just get through it.
But it's more than that. For me, hearing Jordan say that was very eye-opening to me, especially in this day and age. I can understand if you said this back in '98, but for you to have said it in whenever they recorded it, which it looked like recently, he
was wrong for that.
Wow, for that. Even if I felt that way, I'm not gonna say that. That's my teammate.
He was big wild.
So I that's one of the things that was very eye-opening for me. And then the other thing too, for me, I already knew Michael Jordan was the GOAT, but watching this, for me, it's I know, bro, he been doing this. Bro, this thing is a cycle. You see, he went back when he broke his foot in '89. He broke his foot in '89, and management, which is surprising to me, management was keeping him at 7 minutes per game.
Per
half. So 7 minutes per half, and then literally he has a chance to get the game winner going, and then they're like, to make the playoffs.
Right.
And they're like, nah, they took him out. And they sitting there what the fuck? Are we trying to win or are we trying to lose? I'm always about trying to win. What are y'all about?
Right.
And then you see the difference between management and player and how, fast forward, that place, and that's such a reoccurring theme throughout the documentary. And that mistrust that Jordan had with Jerry Krause, their GM, it's just very eye-opening to me, shit that I didn't know, even at my age. And I'm really happy to see that, the younger generation gets to learn it the same. That one.
I mean, it was cute.
He an avid LeBron fan, by the way. I just want everyone to know that.
Anyways.
We just gotta put that disclaimer out.
I wear Jordans. I like Jordan. It was a nice little video. I thought it was more about the team, but it turned more about him. You know. So
I mean, would LeBron be more about the team?
everything is always about the team.
Fuck out of here.
But it was nice. It was like I said, it was good for people to get educated as Jordan. I knew about Michael Jordan. I watched some of Jordan, his woeful, pitiful years on the Wizards. I did.
He averaged 22.
He didn't make the playoffs.
So
it was nice. His 63-point game against the Celtics, a bunch of hoodlums from Dorchester that he was playing against.
He is from Southie.
Theodore.
He was playing with crack cocaine.
Theodore, Ryan.
The cocaine riders.
The Celtic boys. So, it was nice. Nothing that I saw there surprised me. Jordan's a dick. We knew that.
Well, that we did know.
We knew that. Snitched on his cocaine-using teammates. Now, imagine being the family of one of those teammates.
Were you doing coke too?
Exactly.
Percy, tell me.
Exactly. And him telling somebody that they were being selfish because they were making $2 million. They signed Scottie Pippen to a 360 deal, and
Pretty much. They did sign
he was getting paid in stipends. Like that was bad.
And one thing that was very surprising to me is Scottie got a lot of fucking family members.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know he came from 12. And then you see like all his family members, and there was a part of me like I feel for Scottie. Like I understand. I would take that deal too, bro. I gotta feed my family.
Yeah, but the leverage. You always need leverage in business. Always. If you're in a position of power greater than them,
I don't think anyone wouldn't take that deal though.
Yeah, no, but at the end of the day, after 3-4 years of me busting ass,
right?
I'm not playing on it unless we do.
Right.
No, for sure. But at the end of the day, like. When you come from poverty, it's easy to say that when you're educated.
Yeah.
But when you come from poverty, excuse me, and then you see like, this is my chance to get money, get my mama a house, get my daddy a house.
Yeah, that's fair.
And things like that. Like, I don't blame Scottie at all. Like, just from a human standpoint, I understand.
I just hope people give that man the respect he deserves. Certain people on this planet think Jordan won it all by himself.
That's crazy.
Scottie Pippen is one of the, not 50, one of the 25 best players of all time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like,
that's
it's not
crazy.
even close. And we're not gonna get into this, was Jordan overrated debate, blah blah blah. But like the year Jordan was there, Pippen held it the fuck down.
Yeah.
Like,
he was second MVP voted.
Yeah,
Elijah one, I believe.
and even Dennis Rodman was saying on First Take that year Jordan wasn't there, Scottie Pippen was the best player in the world. But when people, and it's the same thing with LeBron, when you talk about him, I just don't like people bashing other people. Like I knew Scottie Pippen was good, I didn't know he was this good.
Nah.
I thought he locked up and he took over point guard duties and then he scored when needed. But nah, Scottie Pippen, the best number 2 co-star ever.
Better than it was in my elbow and it's not wrong, I promise you. Better than Wade?
All time, absolutely. Like as the number 2 role, playing the number 2 role.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's debatable.
Yeah,
that's
because
debatable.
with Jordan and Pippen, it meshed immediately. There was never your turn, my turn. For the first 2 years in Miami, Braun and Wade were your turn, my turn. Until Wade was like, I digress.
Gotcha.
There was never a clash. It was always natural.
Got you. And for the ladies out there who are not huge hoop fans,
I think they turned it off already.
They probably did. But
During the 5-minute
I know
challenge.
your man is definitely watching it, or somebody you fucking with is watching it. Please digest this information as much as you possibly can. I know it might not be the most entertaining thing for you, but for somebody that you love out there, they probably, really look forward to learning about this shit. So, like I did, I'm a student of the game, and there's a lot of things that I'm like, wow, this is absolutely crazy. And then the end of episode 2 was Pippen trade me. Because he opted for surgery leading into the season.
I ain't fucking my son.
And they said,
I respect that. I respect that.
I ain't fucking my son up for y'all niggas, so trade me. And it's crazy because I did not know that. Yeah. Did anyone else know that he asked for a trade mid-season?
Literally going into the documentary, I thought shit was like smooth sailing.
I thought it was all just Jerry.
Yeah.
Like, we just hate Jerry.
I didn't even know about Jerry, bro. I thought
it
it was smooth sailing.
Rest the dead. they say winning cures all. Like, people forget, you know, rest his soul, Kobe won it out of LA at some point.
Yeah.
But when you win, you get swept under the rug. Like, and that's, you know what, I forgot who was saying, they were like, the average person don't know how hard it is to win an NBA championship. Because of just the amount of distractions, egos, and personal stuff that goes into it. They're like, y'all need to love each other to win a championship, because it doesn't matter how good you are, if y'all not clicking, it's not going to work.
I'm glad that you said that, right? So moving away from The Last Dance, one thing that we've been blessed with getting as well in terms of basketball is a lot of the interviews that's been going on from podcasts. So different outlets such as All the Smoke, Knuckleheads. Those are really the prominent two I can think of right now. Is there anything
Bill
else?
Simmons, The Ringer. But
Bill Simmons, The Ringer.
It's not every now and then. It's nice.
Yeah. One thing, there was an Uninterrupted. Uninterrupted had an interview. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Oh,
What Maverick Carter and Draymond Green.
Yes.
Now I watched the whole thing because I don't believe in sound bites. I just, for me, if you listen to sound bites, it can really influence the way you think, and you're not hearing the whole person, you know, speak through. So definitely, I'm always an advocate of just listening to the whole truth. And one thing that came up was Maverick Carter had very interesting comments in regards to one Stephen Curry, in regards to, in particular, his defense. Now, if you listen to the whole interview, you would understand what he was saying. But if you just listen to the soundbite, what he was saying is, at 38 years old, you know, we all know Steph Curry can't play a lick of defense. At 38, I can give him buckets. That's what he was saying. But if you listen to the whole interview, what he's really trying to explain is that at 38 years old, yeah, I can give him buckets, but he needs people, just like Jordan needed people, in order to do his job extremely well at the highest level. Which means, get buckets. That's what you're here to shoot that motherfucking rock. You're here to get buckets. You're here to get people involved. You're not here to be the leading rebounder on the team. You're not here to be the defensive stalwart on the team. That's for Draymond and Clay and them. You're here to lead us to get buckets. So hearing that soundbite, there's a lot of controversy behind it. I just want to start with Endo. What did you think when you first heard it?
I mean, I thought it was laughable.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
funny.
like,
I thought it was funny.
Again, and I can't really speak much on it because I didn't watch the whole thing.
Okay.
Again, I only saw like that soundbite or that snippet. But you know, I thought it was just like, bro, like, what are you saying right now? Like, yeah, we know Steph is not a great defender, but come on now.
He's an NBA player.
He's just an NBA, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, sometimes I'll joke and I'll be like, yeah, like, I can't, like, I'll give so-and-so buckets like a D1 player and, like, he plays D1 for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's
I'm like, for me personally, like, any court I step on, I'll always say I'm the best player on the court, even if that's not true. But, like, come on.
As you should, by the way.
Yeah, facts. Because if you don't go in like that, you're going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
It's just over.
You should always believe you're the best player.
Yeah,
That's how I always feel that.
It's over for you.
You should always feel, yo, I'm the best player here.
Yeah, but like even with me thinking that way, like, listen, I know my place, I know my role. Like, I'm never gonna do too much. He was just talking.
You think he was doing too much?
He was just talking, like, bro, like.
Do you think he did too much?
I mean, it's getting views, so no. It's getting views, right?
How you feel about Draymond not saying anything?
Oh yeah, Draymond's wild for that. He should have said something. But then again, maybe
Draymond clutch though.
But then yeah, I understand that. But then Draymond in his head's probably like, yeah, he's just talking like whatever. Like, niggas know where I stand. Like, oh, that's my teammate. Like, I don't gotta say nothing to validate that.
Fair enough. Dom, what you think?
I thought he made very valid points. Nothing that he said was wrong. I'm glad somebody actually finally said it.
A Bron fan, man. They're the worst type niggas, bro.
Like I said, again, I saw nothing wrong with what he said. In fact, he should have spoke up more, talk about Frederick Van Vliet, you know, the unanimous MVP switching off of him.
Who's Frederick Van Vliet? He's trash?
Felico.
Van Vliet's trash?
No, he's not trash, bro.
He's not bucket, bro.
Thank you.
Echelon is the,
Thank you.
unanimous MVP.
He's not back-to-back MVP though.
No, he's definitely not a bad guy.
Yeah, was it back-to-back?
But I'm just saying,
Was it back-to-back MVP not asking Clay to switch on him? So he
Yeah,
go
Clay
get,
did. Yeah,
Patrick
that absolutely happened.
Okay, so
It's not the first time that's happened either. I've seen him do that with John Wall and plenty more. But
Fred
continue.
VanVleet is not the same echelon as John Wall. But yeah, Maverick Carter, you're totally right.
Right now?
Maverick Carter, you're totally right. Shout out to Clutch Sports. You know, you guys are doing a wonderful job over there, running a very tight ship. You guys signed Chase Young and Jeffrey Okuda from the NFL draft.
They did. Shout out to them for real.
So it's good to see black men thrive in Clutch. You know, they're doing an excellent job. Yeah, Steph Curry does not play like a defense.
Yeah. One thing I want to say is I
And Draymond had every right to not say anything because what's Draymond going to say? It's the truth. We all know this. You know this. I know this. Draymond definitely knows this.
Yeah, for sure. I think one thing I want to say for sure is salute to Clutch Sports because I actually do love what they're doing. Now I'm not a Bron fan. But I respect the man and I respect the business side of what he does.
I have tweets that show you don't respect him.
I respect the man. So I think one thing in particular is that one, like you said, for me it was just talking. I didn't take him no type of way. I heard the full interview and I was like, yeah, he makes valid points. Steph Curry's job is not to
be fair,
we need to lock you up. Like,
to be fair,
no superstar locks anybody up.
That's not true. Jordan did, Kobe did, Kawhi did.
Kawhi did what?
And LeBron wants.
Bro, we sitting there, we talking about Kawhi.
No, we don't.
Kawhi get fried.
We know that. My boy.
Kawhi get fried, but niggas don't want to talk about it.
Oh no, but if you
Paul George get fried, niggas don't want to talk about it.
PG gets abused.
Bro, I was watching a highlight clip of Tatum dropping
shit. Tatum used to drop off PG. James Harden drops off PG. Like, yeah, if you're that good, like, these are the best players in the world, bro. You're gonna get fried.
You're gonna get fried, and that's what I've been trying to say.
Steph Curry is fried.
Yeah, no, he absolutely does. But there's also, when you look at the numbers, there's also a lot of times where he actually plays good defense, but people don't talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, leader steals.
Listen, Mr. Castro, that math teacher, high school basketball coach used to tell me something. Eventually, even a blind squirrel will find it.
Hey, but guess what? He bites a nut when it's important. Pause. Another thing, All the Smoke. I think All the Smoke been having the best interviews. Like, I think they've been having like top notch. Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, they're really holding it down. One thing in particular, or one interview in particular that I fucked with was the Draymond interview. It was very revealing. He talked about the years of before KD, the years with KD, and what they've been doing after KD, just losing. But one thing that he brought in particular was very revealing about KD was back in 2017. I want to focus on it. I want to get your opinions. Back in 2017, after they abused the Cavs in the finals, you know, there were still pundits out there questioning whether or not LeBron was the best player in the world. Now, Draymond brings up, to his estimation, he feels like KD should have been crowned the best player in the world. Coming into the 2018 season, which they won again, but it wasn't the same. And Draymond accredits that to KD acting differently and trying to play more of an alpha role on the team and questioning the greatest shooter in the world, Steph Curry shooting, questioning the second greatest shooter in the world, Klay Thompson shooting. And they're, you know, them not passing them the ball and everything like that. I just want to get your opinion. What did you think about the interview and in particular that?
I mean, I think at least for KD, like that's what comes with joining the best team in the league. Like you can't, like I understand, like statistically speaking, like on paper, you know, in real life, like you are better than Steph Curry, like, but you joined his team though, like you know, so you can't, even if in your head. And so maybe to everybody else, you like, and Steph Curry, you're the alpha. But at the end of the day, like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, they helped build that organization. You're trying to come in here and become the big dog, which I don't blame you for doing, but you can't expect.
Side note, they beat him.
They beat him the year before.
Yeah.
You can't expect that to happen. You know, when you're the one joining them at the end of the day. Like, yeah, because honestly, like KD wouldn't have even been in the finals if he wasn't on that team. I'm just keeping it real. Like that's a fact. Like, you know what I mean? Like he is second best player in the league when healthy. Maybe number one. That's up for debate. But you know, I think KD was wrong to try to, because you knew what you was getting into when you joined that team. So
Dom?
It's a team full of emotional men. Draymond, it's over. It's 2 years ago. Let it go. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Well, they asked him a question. That's not fair. They asked him
Life
a question.
isn't fair.
They asked him a question, and he answered the question.
Yeah, but then
honestly.
he tainted it with his emotions. He got very, he did a little diatribe with his emotions.
Time out. Here's the thing that what you're saying right now is what I don't understand. We want honesty
Listen,
from
you're
our
not gonna get a
athletes.
bias. You're not gonna get a
I'm
bias.
just saying.
I hate those guys.
I know that, but I'm saying though, we want honesty from our athletes, and when they're being honest, we're like, ooh, why was he this honest? So what do you want him to be? Is it dishonest or honest?
You wanna know why he lost credit to me? All jokes aside, when he said Charles Barkley was jealous. That is where he lost all credit. Yes.
Well, when he said jealous, what was he referencing to? Since you watched the interview as well.
He
I think that was a great interview, by the way. I did watch it myself as a female.
No, he's not even talking
He
about
was talking about
championships.
the pay.
The pay.
And then what he
Which there are 90s players that are jealous of.
Yeah, but then what he said was impact. He said he's jealous because I had more impact on the winning team. I can tell you this right now. Draymond Green, never in his career, had as much impact on the team as Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley was a fucking team. If KJ was Larry Bird,
I would argue that.
No.
Charles Barkley's better than Draymond Green. Let's make that clear. Charles Barkley is better than Draymond Green.
Who had more impact on the decisiveness of a game, Charles Barkley or Draymond Green?
Now this is why we're gonna get into arguments.
You're really gonna argue this?
I'm gonna argue, yes. And the reason why I'm gonna argue that is because at the end of the day, again, removing your bias, one of the most important players on that Warriors team is Draymond Green. That's debatable? Be honest with yourself.
But Charles Barkley was the most important player on his team.
Matt Barnes said, but he never won shit. And I love Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley to me is probably the second greatest power forward ever.
Here's where the debate ends. Put Charles on the Warriors today, put Draymond on the Suns back then. Who has more impact on the outcome of the game? So don't give me that.
Stop. Time out. Charles Barkley didn't play a lick of defense, and he'll tell you that himself.
That's fine.
So if we're talking about that, if you're talking about
Draymond
impact on the game, that's what Draymond don't play defense.
Draymond be hacking niggas.
All right, if we're having an honest hoop talk, if you talk about impact, Matt Barnes said it, and a lot of other NBA players, not just regular niggas like us, NBA players said it. They don't win those chips without Draymond.
Okay, that's nice.
I don't think Draymond without Stephen Clay.
He's not. He's absolutely not. He's absolutely not. And he said that. He admitted to that.
Yeah, I think that's the point. Like, you can't
say you have more impact than Charles fucking Barkley.
You can't say you can't say you have more impact on the game when most of it is not really coming from. It's because of the people around you. You know what I mean? Like, you're not.
Does it make everyone's life easier?
I'm just saying, like, listen, take Draymond out the equation. Yeah. They're still a championship winning team.
They're gonna win the championship without Draymond, you think?
Yes, and not even looking back at what is it, 2016 when the Cavs won, blah blah. Draymond didn't play Game 5. Like, yeah, we go.
He was there for 6 or 7.
Bro,
and Bogut was gone. But keep going.
But I'm saying, if take Draymond out the equation, they're still going to the finals. They're still possibly, most likely winning chips without Draymond.
Nah, here's my thing. I'm not. I didn't say that.
On a rap game?
I didn't say that. But here's what I'm saying. I'm saying, yo, shit on niggas. But what I'm saying is, in terms of impact, what Draymond was saying is, I'm not a scorer. And I think that is what pisses people off, admittedly, because like at the end of the day, you got a guy who's getting 4 points a game, but he has so much impact on the game. That's annoying. Like anybody historically,
loudest 4 points a game.
Historically, that's annoying. But shout out to Freddie. That's annoying. But if you're talking about impact on the game, as in we're able to run our offense through this guy, even if so and so has an off night, we can run our offense through him. He's gonna play the 5. He's gonna play the 4-5-1, any position, positionless basketball. That impact is undeniable, and that's what when I say something like Draymond Green's not trash. I'm not saying it because I'm like he's not trash. He can score. I'm saying it in terms of with Draymond Green, he helps a lot of things, not just from strictly basketball standpoint, but from an emotional standpoint. Because the dog that the Warriors. Thank you for watching That Never For podcast, available here on YouTube. For more content, subscribe here. New episodes available every Monday on all streaming platforms, and we're here on YouTube on Wednesdays. And as always, stay tapped in. Love.
What's wrong? What's good with this?
What's going on with you?
Hey, yo!
Shit wasn't even recorded. Yo,
I thought I was recording this whole time, and I'm like, yo, hold on.